This is Michael Sinato with the Real News Network. I have with us Michigan congressional candidate Shauna McNally. Shauna, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So can you start off by telling us a little bit about what inspired you to run for Congress?
Well, I have 3 children, honestly, and when this last election came around, I just decided, I'm looking at the candidates, Hillary, Bernie. It looked like Trump or Cruz was going to be the nominee. I couldn't sit by and just let that happen. Like I brought my children into this world, and I have to fight as hard as I can to make it a better place for them. So last year I actually ran for a park commission seat that was open, and I won. We did really well, and I thought that might be enough, but the way this is going, it's a mess, and we do not have until 2020. Like, we have to act immediately. So there is going to be a seat that is open, 55th district in Southeast Michigan, and I want to run for it. I want to win it. I want to win it for Bernie-crats, because we, Michigan went like hardcore Bernie. Like we did it. We really pulled it off, but that's not represented in our state government as is. So we got a round of people that are, we're trying to get our names in there. No corporate donations, ground up, and these are big races. They cost a lot of money. So we're gonna have to do door-to-door fundraising, and for the last race I did, just what Bernie's talking about, the knock on every door. And it worked amazingly well. I mean, I don't know if everybody voted for me, but I heard ideas, I heard people, I heard suffering, and I was running for park commissioner, and they needed so much that I couldn't do. And in a House position, I can help. So.
Well, I know in Michigan, out of the DNC delegates, only 1 out of the 6 was a Bernie Sanders supporter. So can you tell me a little bit about what the Democratic Party in Michigan, the establishment, how abrasive have they been towards Sanders supporters and progressives, and what can be done to change that?
Do you mean the delegates that went to the DNC conference?
I believe it's the Democratic Party, I think in December.
Okay, so I have to put out there that I ran as third party because I was so disgusted by Philadelphia. But the way that our system is set up, there has to be structural change top down before a third party is ever going to win a major election. So currently, I'm not directly involved in a lot of Democratic insider sorts of things, but I was speaking to people who are, and they were telling me at the last meeting that it became kind of a knockdown drag out between like the people like the old guard and the people who are like, we have to change, we have to change. And even those Democrats who are really wanting to stick with that party are having a hard time. So we're trying to come together. I guess we just have to call ourselves Bernie-crats at this point because, yeah, a Democrat, but they're not welcoming us. So we're going to have outside races. I know that these people that we're running against are going to have a lot of funding. They're going to have a lot of that establishment, behind them. But we got to be there for the people.
And Trump won Michigan, although the win was a marginal victory, and Rick Snyder's the governor. So what are Democrats not getting that is forcing voters to turn to Republicans in Michigan?
Well, Democrats aren't doing anything. So the person that is running is our Senate district who could possibly be a candidate next time is actually working on a farm bill with Republicans that's going to take away local control from farmers, not protect them, like land rights, water rights, that sort of thing. Like, they're doing the same corporate things that Republicans are doing. So it comes back to this Hillary Trump thing. Like, if you're running Republican light against the Republican, at least, maybe people think the Republican will do something for them. But when you talk to people about issues, when you break it down and you say, is this something you like? Is this something you want? And you don't bring up party, you get a lot more people to come over. I mean, I had, like I said, I ran as a Green Party, and I had like libertarians, I had Trump voters, I had anybody who was sick of it and didn't want to deal with what the Democrats had done was coming out. And I really, really hope that that's the situation we get in 2018.
And how can progressives, help your campaign and other candidates like you challenge the establishment and ultimately win some elections?
So, money. Everybody wants, everybody that's involved in this movement we all want money out of politics, big money. Because until we change the campaign finance laws, though, we got to realize us dollar-to-dollar funded candidates are going up against people who are getting $150,000, $200,000 plus in corporate donations. It's impossible. It can be done, but if anybody's out there and they really want to make it happen, find somebody in your area. If there's not somebody running in your area, run. If there's somebody running next door to you, give them anything that you can. You can donate across state lines. If there's a district you think can be flipped, that would be, like maybe in the National House or something like that. In West Virginia, like let's say there's somebody primarying Joe Manchin, donate. Help, because we can't do it on our own. We need legs to go walk. We need people knocking on doors. We need signs. We need flyers. We need it all. So yeah, find those people and reach out to them.
And I've talked to Sam Pernick out in Michigan. He's been working with young progressives in the Democratic Party, and he had an incident in December where one of the Democratic Party leaders actually punched him at one of the meetings. Yes,
I read about that.
Yeah. So.
I heard about that, and I was verging on going to that conference, and I was glad at that point that I did not go. I can't even imagine like resorting to physical violence, and that's why I think that, like, as progressives, the progressives that are still really trying to fight for that Democratic Party, they're sick of it. It's kind of 50-50, and I think now is our time to just push through and say, like, we're not doing this anymore. We're not doing it.
All right. Well, Shauna, thank you very much.
Can I give you my website and my information so people can find me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just
So my campaign website, it's very minimal right now. We're adapting it over from the park candidacy that we did. It's votemcnally.com. There is a donate button on there. If every person donated $1, we'd be halfway there. And at Twitter at Vote McNally, and contact information is all on the website. So thank you very much for having me.
No problem. All right. Thank you. It's nice meeting you.